Hey guys, it's Saucy Surgeon. Today we're going to be talking about Crimson Desert and more importantly the massive update we are apparently getting very soon. Now before we jump into everything, if you guys enjoy Crimson Desert tips, tricks, guides, update videos, and all sorts of gaming content, make sure to smash that like button, comment, and subscribe. It seriously does help the channel grow, and we're getting insanely close to another huge milestone on the channel. With that being said, let's get straight into the video because honestly this update sounds huge. So earlier today, Pearl Abyss, the developers of Crimson Desert, officially posted a brand new announcement teasing what's coming in the next major patch. I'm going to throw the tweet up on screen right now so you can read it for yourself. And according to Pearl Abyss, the next big update is going to release within the next few days, and it will include brand new special mounts, an extraction feature that will allow players to recover materials used in equipment refinement, and apparently even more content they haven't fully revealed yet. Now honestly, there is a lot to break down from this small teaser alone, because if you've been playing Crimson Desert for a while now, you already know that these two things in the community we wanted for a long time. So first let's talk about the extraction feature, because this honestly is a massive quality of life improvement. Right now in Crimson Desert, whenever you refine or upgrade your gear, you permanently consume all of those materials. Things like iron ore, rare monster materials like the Acerion scales, high tier enhancement resources, all that stuff disappears once you commit to upgrading your weapon, armor, or piece of jewelry. And honestly, if you play this game long enough, you already know how painful some of the grinds can actually be. Obviously, you gotta grind quite a bit of resources sometimes, especially once you start getting into those late game refinements. Some materials can take hours depending on your route or how lucky your drops are. And the worst feeling in the world is when you don't fully upgrade a weapon thinking, yeah, it's going to be amazing, and then for a couple hours you realize it doesn't fit your playstyle, or maybe another weapon gets buffed later on. Or maybe you just want to experiment with different builds or different armor pieces. Well now, from the way Pearl Abyss worded the update, it sounds like we're finally be able to extract or recover at least some of those upgraded materials that we used on the refined equipment, which honestly changes the entire system in a really good way, because now players won't feel punished for experimenting anymore, kind of, and that's important in a game like Crimson Desert where there are so many unique weapons, build, abyss cores, and just different combat styles in the game, which makes this game so unique and so much fun. This update alone is probably going to encourage a lot more players to test different builds or setups instead of hoarding a bunch of material or just not wanting to waste them on stuff they think doesn't matter. And honestly, I think this is one of those updates that's going to make the game feel way smoother and overall just move on to bigger and better things. Now let's move on to the biggest thing people are talking about right now, and the most thing I'm excited for, the special mounts. This is where things get really interesting because the world of Crimson Desert, you already know there's so many creatures players have wanted to tame, ride, or somehow unlock as a special mount. And honestly, Pearl Abyss has done such a good job at designing creatures in this game that it almost feels weird that some of them aren't mounts already. Like imagine being able to ride the raptors or the giant cuckoo birds, the wyvern-like dragons, the mecha horse, the white tiger, and to have them at your disposal whenever you want. Or even some giant fantasy creature we honestly haven't seen yet. And honestly, knowing Pearl Abyss, I wouldn't be surprised at all if they surprise us with something completely unexpected. Because every time they do a major update, they usually add more than what people originally expect. And if you look at previous updates, Pearl Abyss has showed us they're willing to add multiple mounts at once. We literally got, I think, 5 mounts during the earlier content drops. So if they're calling this a major update content, I wouldn't be surprised if we get at least 5 new special mounts. And honestly, I think some of these mounts might have special abilities tied to them. Imagine like a wyvern that we've seen in the trailers with the lightning instead of fire breath, or a mount that can travel faster through the snow, or maybe a mechanical mount like we see in the horses. Because Crimson Desert has already shown that they love giving the community different unique gameplay mechanics. So I definitely think these special mounts could end up being way more than just a cosmetic transportation. Now personally, I really want that wyvern. If they let us fly around Pywell on a dragon-like creature, I'm telling you right now, that would be some of the coolest mounts in the entire game. Obviously, we do got Blackstar, the other dragon, but I want that other dragon that was shown in the trailer of the game. I think that would be very, very cool. But let me know down in the comments, what special mount are you guys hoping to get added? Because honestly, already in the community has some insane ideas. Now, another thing that caught my attention in the tweet was the wording "and more." Because usually when developers say more, that means they're going to be hiding additional content they already haven't fully revealed yet. Which means this update could honestly have something more, like new bosses, new gear, new quests. I mean, new regions would be crazy. Additional quality of life, or maybe new end game content. Honestly, Crimson Desert has insane win streak lately with these updates, so who knows. You can tell genuinely Pearl Abyss is listening to the community feedback, and nowadays that's pretty rare in gaming. A lot of developers drop updates and barely communicate with their player base, but Pearl Abyss actually seems ambitious with Crimson Desert, and what we've seen so far, I love every aspect of the story or not. I think most people can agree this game has some of the coolest world design, combat bosses, creatures, creativity I've seen in a long time. Honestly, Crimson Desert has become one of my favorite single-player experiences in years. There's just something about the world of Pywell that feels so unique. The exploration, the hidden bosses, the mounts, the weapons, the atmosphere, the hidden loot throughout walls, it all just comes together really, really well. So I mainly wanted to make this video to keep you guys updated on everything we know so far with this patch. And trust me, once this update goes live, I'll be covering everything as fast as possible right here on the channel. We're talking about mount locations, the new systems, the guides, hidden secrets, all of it. So if you haven't already, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. You guys have seriously been crushing the support lately. We've passed 3,000 subscribers and we keep climbing every single day. And honestly, I cannot thank you guys enough for that. Seriously, thank you all for so much support on the channel. And as always, guys, you guys take care and God bless.